So good evening everyone. Do let me know if my audio is clear to you or not. जल्दी जल्दी मुझे ये बता दो पहले मेरी ऑडियो क्लियर है कि नहीं. Then we're gonna start this live Q&A. Let me do one thing with another device. Let me confirm is my audio is clear or not. ठीक है. Let me confirm it. संदेश, is my audio is clear to you? Just confirm me. आवाज इको के आ रही है या एकदम क्लियर है? Quickly confirm me. It is coming low. Let me confirm it. So I'm speaking now and testing at the same time. Okay, audio is clear. Now let me share guys something very much interesting that happened during a discussion with a student today. Okay, so what happened today? Today I was connected to one girl. I'll not share her details or her name. So she was a fresher and she wanted to join our institute, but she was confused between 2 or 3 different institutes. And she raised me this question, sir, the next institute, what is happening? They are offering me a kind of job support or placement as well, not fully, but they have told me these 2 things ki recently some of our student got interview, means 20 लोगों का उन्होंने CV फॉरवर्ड किया, उसमें से कुछ का इंटरव्यू हुआ, some got interview and out of them 2 got selected. So she shared me this story and she told कि सर वो सर ने ऐसा बोला है कि recently ऐसा हुआ है तो हम ये ऑफर करते हैं. When it came to me, when she got connected to me, I didn't told her कि ये चीजें मैंने नहीं कही थी about the placement. I told her everything about the training and how we can help her to get some interviews, but not these stories. But when she told us about this thing कि she talked to an institute and they told, so I shared some of the stories that even we in the past someone like told us, or from someone we got to know कि एक कंपनी में इंटरव्यू है, हमने 15-20 लोगों को बताया, 20 लोगों में से 15 का इंटरव्यू हुआ और 15 में से 8 सेलेक्ट हुए उस कंपनी में. ठीक है, उस कंपनी का नाम मैरिल है, इट इज इन अहमदाबाद. सेम गोज टू अनदर वन कंपनी. So one of our candidate, he got one interview in one company and he got rejected. So for 3 or 6 months he got blocked. So again he applied in the same company for interview, but he was not getting the interview. So I talked to some of the people working in that company because already our students were there, and then we internally referred his CV and finally he got interview and he got selected as well. So I told this thing to that girl who was asking the question that other institute is telling. So I told her, while you connected me, so I told you about the training and guidance and support, but not this story, because I didn't wanted you to join our institute based on this story, that at some time we have helped someone, and because that is not in fully in our hand, right? Because ये जो चीजें थी, एक बार मुझे I got to know from somewhere that particular company is having the interview, we given the right details to students and 20 people got interview, 20 out of 8 got selected. Okay, 7 to 8 got selected. Now was that in my hand totally? क्या मुझे पता था कि वो मुझे अपॉर्चुनिटी ऐसी मिलेगी कि मैं किसी को शेयर कर सकता हूँ? अनदर थिंग कि क्या मुझे दूसरी बार भी पता था कि वो जो कैंडिडेट इंटरव्यू के लिए ढूंढ रहे हैं इन दैट पर्टिकुलर कंपनी, आवर स्टूडेंट्स आर ऑलरेडी देयर? Can I repeat this scenario every time? No, it is not in my hand. The same goes to each and every institute. कि कभी कभार कैसा होता है, we as an trainer or the founder of institute, we got to know about interviews. Okay, we have connections through our student network as well, right? Already the students who are working in different CROs, but can we repeat those process? Not every time. So if you are joining an institute based on the past stories, that might be an institute help little bit to the ex student to get a job, can they repeat it every time? Being a founder, I'm telling you, that is not fixed, guys. And that's why we don't tell these stories to the students who are joining institute, जो join करना चाह रहे हैं. We don't want कि they join our institute based on these stories. Obviously these are good things we are able to do, that power is in our hand sometime, कि भाई हमारे पास ये information है, we can share to someone. Okay, but don't join an institute based on these stories that in the past they were able to help some students interview and some got selected. That is not every time, guys. That happens sometimes. Okay, being a founder, being in this industry from last 5 to 7 years, I'm telling you this. So yeah, that's what the purpose of this video, कि आपको सच बताना कि कोई भी इंस्टीट्यूट अपनी पास्ट का ऐसा बताता है कि हाँ हमने ऐसा किया था या वैसा किया था. Guys, please join an institute based on their training, like their support, their guidance, not based on the earlier stories of placement. Okay, because that placement was not in the institute hand. It happens. Sandesh is asking, is HDM, ADAM and TLF are mandatory to fresher to, or only HDM IG data set creation? Right now you should know minimum at least 2 HDM data set, 2 ADAM data set, 2 tables, 2 listings. इतना तो आना ही चाहिए being a fresher. इतना exposure है, so obviously you can sit in any interview, you can crack any of the interview. And coming to this thing, guys, being a founder, running an institute in this domain, especially in the clinical, and I have talked to many, at least maybe 800 to 1,000 students, okay, during my journey. The people I have trained and the people who got connected to us from different institute. Okay, there were some people from different institute, they connected to us. And they have shared their thing as well, because there were a lot of institute, they were promising placements as well. But what happened ultimately? And mein kya hua? When they connected to us, they shared these things, sir, the thing they have promised, they are unable to do it. जो प्लेसमेंट का उन्होंने प्रॉमिस किया था वो नहीं कर पा रहे या नहीं मुझे मिल रहा वो सपोर्ट. So I told them upfront that I am telling this from last 4 or 5 years. Any person who is promising you placement or based on the previous story कि past में मैंने ऐसा करा and we can do it for you as well, don't join. Because to be frank, no one can control the placement that which student gonna select in which company. Obviously there are, being in this industry, the people who gonna be anywhere in that industry 5 to 6 years, they have the knowledge, they can guide, they can help little bit, but no one can control, right? Being a founder, I'm telling you this. And so yeah, believe me on this. Whenever you are joining an institute, join based on the training and guidance and support, not based on the placement. Obviously at the end we need placement, that thing I also know. Reference is must to get interview as a fresher. A reference is one of the best way to get an interview, but not the only way. Shiva, hi sir, for working professional, what is the best type, offline or online? Obviously online. Offline, it's gonna be like traveling time and all these things gonna take a lot of time. It's gonna suck your time, like you'll get exhausted. Karan, how, let me About chat. Restore chat. So Karan is asking, just give me a minute. Yeah. Sir, how to apply through LinkedIn and does it really works? Yes. Yes, Karan. Recently, in last 3 months, I'm sharing this data. 8 students got interview. Some of them got interview after few months because they have already reached out to some people. Okay, and some of them were posting content as well. So they have like even reached out to some of the working professional. Even they were actively posting some content related to SAS domain. And what happened? The person who was responsible for hiring, or they were knowing the interview, when the interview, like earlier they have told, we'll let you know, and after 3-4 months they reached directly in the inbox to the student and asked like, are you still looking for the job? We have an opening in our company, and arrange the interview. In the last 3 months, this happened for 8 to 10 students. Srisha, sir, what are the consequences we have to face if I keep 3 years of experience? How much knowledge I needed? Srisha, if you're keeping 3 years of experience, forget about the consequences. Just focus on how much knowledge you want. So if you're having knowledge, then no worries in that as well. If you have really worked on the project, if you're having that much knowledge, then no worries in that. Consequences, the consequences can be like straight away. One consequences, if the company found like your experience is fake, then they can fire you initially. Okay, but I have seen in the past that some people have put it and they even got as well, but they have put it like 1 or 2 years. So what they did, like some employee was working in IQVIA on some other role, but they, while giving the interview to, let's suppose, another, what they told to Sanofi, that in IQVIA I was working as a statistical programmer, and they have prepared themselves like an 1 year guy, and even they cracked the interview. So even that was shocking for me as well, that like wasn't Sanofi or the X company will do the background verification from IQVIA, that on which role candidate was working. So but yeah, he's working. So sometime it works. So instead of going for 3 years, go for 1 or 2 years. That will be the best case, because that much knowledge you can acquire as well by getting the right projects, by doing the right internships. And that's what we are doing. Recently, we have planned to launch a program. Everything is finalized. We're gonna soon launch a program where we're gonna make or train the candidates like 1 year experience. First, we're gonna train them on all the required tools, and then we're gonna do the internship for them, and we're gonna train them for 1 year guide. So we are also planning, if we are training, already we have trainers, all the experts from the industry only, they are having the working knowledge. Why need to train the students like 1 year and remove the badge of fresher itself? That time online courses, they will be not available. Shiva is asking, online course, they will be not available. No, sir. Online courses means I'm talking about live courses, not the one which you take it from the Coursera or Udemy recorded ones. It should be live sessions, and there should be someone through whom you can connect and get the guidance. Dia is asking, okay, sir, are there enough openings? See, nothing is enough this world, but you become capable to be in that, in that job or anything. Okay, not everyone who goes to gym, they build the body, right? But it's up to us. Same way. I gave an interview where only aptitude, Sandesh is telling, aptitude test MCQ for SAS, and syntax and SDM variable definitions. See, in some interview, they're gonna test you based on little bit of aptitude and some basics of clinical and SAS. But if you are preparing yourself proper with the Asadium Adam table listing, at least you should know that how to create Asadium or Adam or table listing, then you are having enough knowledge to crack any of the interview. Sandesh. Sir, as a beginner, if I join a pre-recorded session for learning purpose, will it help to build course concepts? Obviously, Dia, because that pre-recorded course we are selling, that is a live recent batch recorded course. Okay. So what we are doing, that live session, let's suppose once a batch is over, so we are keeping it, and if someone wants to, in a less cost, they want to learn in a pre-recorded, so we are giving it. So entirely what we have taught, what doubt discussion, everything we have taught, that you're gonna get in the pre-recording. During verification, company will ask to show Form 16 for ITR filing. Someone get caught, then the candidate will be fired and blacklisted. As a trainer, you should not support it, sir. Prosanjita, since long I was telling this only, that no one should use fake experience. But I am telling you what happened in that case. Okay, in one of the scenario. Even I don't support this, do like this. But the right way is, if you can mention this as an internship, you can connect to some academy or some institute who are offering long internship, and you can mention that like you have worked on these projects or on these studies, you have created these data set, and if you can justify the same in the interview, then there is no worries. In that case, that IQA guy, what he did, that was something little bit kind of wrong, because he can get caught easily, right? But he did it and it worked for him. That is what I'm sharing. Obviously, wrong is always wrong. That cannot be never right. Okay. So yeah, there are some brutal truths you should know, guys. Being a being a candidate when I started my journey, and being an founder after training to many students, few things are very clear. The maths institute can help you, that is training and guidance. That is one point. Okay, training, guidance, and support after training. But in placement, that is not in their hand. Obviously, we try. To be frank, I'm telling you from my end, but that is not in our hand. So if you're joining any institute based on this, that they're gonna indirectly help you in the placement, or directly they're gonna help you in the placement, so that isn't hope. Obviously, it should be there, but that's a wrong hope. You need to be ready that for the placement, you are the sole person who should be responsible. But the training institute can guide you, whatever best it can be done. He can teach you the entire tools or softwares, and that is what you are paying for, right? What happened, why training institute suddenly started promising this placements and all those things? Because at the end, candidate is looking for placement only, right? So they can offer or not, but they are telling you. Obviously some things can be done, but they should not promise at least ki surely we're gonna help ya, and kind of. Shiva, how to watch pre-recorded course from your institute? Shiva, that pre-recorded course need to be purchased, and after purchasing you can access. So if you have purchased, you can already access the course. Prasanjit, barely company ask you to create, let's suppose I'll tell you, out of 100% interviews, only in the 20% interview might be means out of every 10 interview, only in 2 interviews you might find that they are telling you to write codes for Acidium or Adam. Mostly they ask you the logic. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I was speaking about few things you should know. One thing is placement, guys. Believe me, being a founder, if I'm telling, I have personally trained many students. Now we have trainers who are training, and plus I have connected to many students, those who are learning from different institute. Actually, they connected me for counseling, and during this process, what I found, even the institute which is charging 1 lakh or 2 lakh or any lakh, 80,000 or whatever, up to so on, and even being institute, they were unable to fulfill this promise. So this is the brutal reality. Don't believe on the placement. Yeah, join an institute, because the name is training institute for the same purpose, because they are responsible for training. Okay, if you're solely joining based on the placement thing, might be you're gonna get hurted on the placement part. So choose the right institute which can train you, guide you, and even mentor you after the training as well. And second thing is, you need to be consistent. You need to show up every day while learning. Either you are learning by your own, either from a training institute. You need to show yourself that what you're doing it correctly or not. If any help you are needing, obviously that whatever XYZ institute you are joining, they're going to help you, right? You have a question, they have to answer it ultimately. So again, in the learning, you need to be consistent. Don't miss more number of sessions. Even if you're missing from the recording, watch it, note down your doubt, ask it as soon as possible. Resolving your doubt as soon as possible, that is one of the way. Okay, don't let your doubts last longer than few days, 2-3 days. Resolve your doubts within the week only. Okay, your 99% of your doubt should be clear within the week itself. And so the very first thing is, don't believe anyone on the placement part. Second thing is, be consistent and ask doubt. Means if you're practicing in a consistent way, you can ask your doubt, because if you're practicing, two things can happen. Either you're understanding, either you're not understanding. In case you're not understanding, nahi samajh mein aa raha, then you'll ask doubt. Okay, and if you ask doubt, obviously you want to get solution. Third thing, work more on the clinical part. If you get in study, work on the study. Create more number of data set. Read the protocol, SAP especially, and read the Acidium IG as well. This is going to help you a lot. Acidium IG, protocol, SAP, and then creating Acidium Adam table listing. If you're doing this thing, you're already a candidate like a 6-month guy. You're not an anymore fresher if you're doing this enough. And after this, solve good number of questions, especially from SAS and from clinical level. From clinical, create data set, that is enough. Acidium Adam table listing. From SAS, solve good amount of questions, at least 100 questions. This is gonna help you a lot to crack the SAS interview. In clinical, if you're reading Acidium IG, protocol, SAP, and created some Acidium Adam table listing, that's enough. Nothing extra needed. So it means indirectly preparing yourself for the interview. And the last is, give some mock interviews. If someone is known around you, and if they can take your mock interviews, at least 1 or 2, and give you the feedback, so give mock interviews. Even you can give mock interview to us. We have a service. You can just go, and in the video description you will get mock interview option. Okay, So a working professional from XYZ company gonna take your mock interview and he gonna give the feedback according to your interview. So if you follow these steps, guys, it doesn't matter in which institute you are there. Obviously, your journey gonna be little more smoother. Okay. And believe on yourself. Don't be like will there any will there enough vacancies so that we can be also get into that. So nothing in the world is enough that it can compensate everyone. In the world everything is limited. You have to get it by your own efforts. You have to reach that. It's not gonna come to you. Okay. And even it is not enough that that easily you're gonna get. So what happens, what I found during with my own journey, within those years when I was struggling way back, I reached from here to here. So the competition was always there, but my level of knowledge and my consistency and the efforts I was putting, that made me here, right? And the people who are here, the things are a little easier for them. Okay, if you're putting in a consistent way, you're putting efforts, obviously the results is there for you. Now let's take some questions. Shiva from other institute like Stanlip, they have an app to watch their course. Acha, Shiva, yes. So we have an web app. You just need to do login, and after that you can access those material. So once you purchase the course, your ID and password will be created. You'll give you the access, and then you can access the course. Sir, after watching how one can practice real time. Sir, after watching. See, Dia, even if you're taking live course, in the live session, you have to watch, right, what trainer is teaching in XYZ institute. After the session, you'll watch the recording and practice in the software, right? And that's the same you do in a pre-recorded course. You watch the recording and practice in the software. That's what you need to do. Whatever is being taught in the recording or in the live session, you can use ChatGPT for doubt. See, if you're taking our pre-recording, already it was a recording of live session, right? So many students were there. Not many students, let's suppose whatever number of students in that batch, let's suppose 8 or 10 students, obviously they have also asked out. And in the recording, we have given them the solution, right, for their doubts. And the recording is created with the scratch level. Things are taught from the scratch level. So obviously they have also asked questions. So a lot of questions which you might get, that has been already resolved in the recording itself. Other students have asked. So the number of questions you're going to get in our recording, that's going to be very less. And obviously once you're choosing our course, we can offer you at least 2 live doubt discussion sessions and 1 mock interview session. Okay, if you're choosing our 2 live doubt discussion and 1 mock interview. You can use ChatGPT as well, but you'll be needing very less, because the recording is created from scratch mostly, and even the doubts are being taken, like they are also trainer have taken a lot of doubt from the student. But yes, obviously you can use that. Where SAS get SAS course book? You can find the link in the, I think, description itself. One details. What's an average batch size for clinical SAS training, sir? In my case, 6 to 7. Or you can say 5. Shrisa, sir, once I need to talk, once on call. So, Srisha, there are two options. One is if you have my number, you can directly call me, or the best option is you can book one-to-one counseling. There is an option, right? One-to-one counseling, and through that we can connect. Sir, where we can use, okay. In the video description, one details, you can find the link. Shiva, price of pre-recorded course. So recently we have launched a new pre-recorded course which includes SAS, entire clinical along with project, and then it includes 1 month of exam preparation as well, base SAS exam preparation recordings, and then internship recordings as well. So, but mostly it's gonna have the major thing, SAS, clinical, and exam preparation. So if you are taking SAS, clinical, and along with the 1 month exam preparation, then it's gonna be approx 17.5. But if you are taking only SAS and clinical, then it's gonna be around 12. सर फ्रेशर्स के लिए ओपनिंग ही नहीं है, और ओपनिंग आती भी है तो हमें पता नहीं चलता. प्रसाद, एक्चुअली कैसा होता है कि हर बार लेट सपोज अभी एक बैच में से एक स्टूडेंट का मुझे कॉल आया कि सर मुझे इंटरव्यू मिला एंड ऐसा ऐसा है, फिर उन्होंने बोला है नेक्स्ट राउंड में लूँगा. एंड सो व्हाट हैपेंस, आपको लेट सपोज उस स्टूडेंट ने ऑलरेडी रीच आउट कर रखा था पास्ट में, और जो मैनेजर या जो व्यक्ति था उनको जब पता चला, उन्होंने रीच बैक किया कि आर यू स्टिल लुकिंग फॉर दैट. सो लेट सपोज इवन इफ यूर ग्रुप ऑफ 7 पीपल ना, आप 7-8 लोगों को ऐसे जानते हो जो साथ में पढ़ रहे हो, लेट सपोज इन अ ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट और इंडिविजुअली. सो जब इंटरव्यू मिलता है तो जल्दी वो कैंडिडेट आपको नहीं बताता, मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली, बिकॉज whoever, even he or she is your friend, so he wants to secure his seat first, right? And sometimes even if he fails the interview, he don't tells in public. तो जो इंटरव्यू निकलते हैं, जिसका इंटरव्यू हुआ, या तो सेलेक्ट हुआ तो पता चलता है जब वो ज्वाइन करता है मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली, तो लेकिन इंटरव्यू मिलने पे और फेल होने पे मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली लोग नहीं बताते. दैट्स अ रीजन. बट दैट डजंट मीन कि इंटरव्यू निकलते ही नहीं है. बिकॉज अभी वो बैच में लाइक वन ऑफ माई स्टूडेंट ऑनली, कि वो बैच में लेट सपोज 7 पीपल थे, अभी उसको इंटरव्यू मिला, उसको नहीं 2 लोगों का इंटरव्यू मिला, बट द अदर पीपल आर अनअवेयर. Okay, and even I as a trainer, I cannot tell, right? Because until unless their decision comes up, until unless they are comfortable to share, I cannot share directly, because it will increase the competition for them. So this happens sometimes. If independently I am getting to know, I can share to student. But if a student is sharing, most probably I need to keep it with him only, the information, till the time the results are coming. So this is the thing which is happening. तो इंटरव्यू जिसको मिलता है, अगर वो फेल होता है तो इन्फॉर्मेशन वहीं खत्म हो जाती है, लोगों को पता नहीं चलता, because there is no central platform where we can see which companies are taking interview. And but yeah, if the candidate is getting selected, then everyone gets to know, even the team member, and even like on LinkedIn you can see. That's the case, man. अभी रिसेंटली ऐसा हुआ कि एक कैंडिडेट का फर्स्ट राउंड हो चुका है, एंड वी आर वेटिंग फॉर द सेकेंड राउंड. So Meenakshi, sir, after completion of each topic, can we have mock interview on those topic? You are asking about the live course or like how it is, Meenakshi? Mock interviews we are planning in Like let's suppose it cannot happen after every topic, but a set of topics once we complete, then mock interviews are there. But obviously after each topic, once we complete, let's suppose functions topic, character function, you want to get a set of questions and you need to solve those questions. If you are unable to solve, again in the live session, the trainer gonna help you to get it solved. But the mock interviews will happen not after every topic, but after a set of topics, the mock interviews will happen in live sessions if you're asking about. Shrisa, like as a fresher, it's difficult to get right. Why is someone gonna bet on fresher mostly unless you show something exceptional, right? That's a case, that's a reality. But if you have some links with the working professionals or with some small companies, obviously you can get some projects. But getting freelancing work on Fiverr, especially the clinical, it is difficult because most of the CRO data are not on public platform. CRO, pharmaceutical, deals in a different way, right? Let's suppose in Fiverr you can get a work for web development, app development, but this clinical thing is little bit of confidential, right? So no one gonna reveal that these information on Fiverr. Mostly, what I feel, if coming in the future it is happening, but yeah, obviously someone close in the connection, someone is there, he or she can give you some work and you can work on that. It happens in a closed network, not openly. So Fiverr and these platforms are public platform. Obviously, there cannot be these information. Sir, if a person have a career gap, learns as it affect while applying to companies. Obviously, see, 30% or max 40% of companies gonna reject you based on your educational background, maybe based on your percentages, maybe based on your interviews, or based on different factors. So interview is totally different. That is totally based on your knowledge. But let's suppose based on your educational background, the pass out year and the marks you are having. Okay, because these are fixed, right? In interview preparation you can do and get it better, right? But you cannot change your year of pass out, educational background, and the percentages you get. Based on this, 30 or max 40% of companies can reject as a fresher. But remaining 60 to 70% companies doors are open. Once you crack their interview, once you get into that, those companies, all the companies doors are open, because now you're gonna get selected based on your experience, not based on your educational background, gap, and all those things. So obviously 30-40% of companies gonna close their door just because they didn't found your educational background is relevant to them, your percentages is not sufficient for them, or you're having gap. Yes, Meenakshi, in live sessions after a certain set of topics, there can be mock interviews. There are mock interviews, and after every topic you get set of questions to solve. And obviously once you solve or if you get doubts, the trainer gonna interact and test your knowledge, right? Prasanth, how competitive and relevant is B Pharma background for this role? You can assume easily in the first preference. Companies don't say no to B Pharma student. Their preference is like people from the life science background, pharmacy background, statistics, mathematics, computer science. These all people are first preference, to be frank. And especially they have recently, I've seen a pattern that people who have done masters, their probability of getting interviews are increasing over the bachelors. That is a global trend, right? If someone is having a master degree candidate, they are choosing a master degree candidate instead of a bachelor's degree. So, but it's not like they are not giving the opportunity. So if you are graduate, you are eligible. What about farm D? Yes, Minakshi, for sure, being an farm D you can apply. So guys, I can see 6 people are live. If you're still having some doubt, we can discuss further. And I hope this Q&A is helping you enough, guys. So what all you assume from me and this channel, how we can help you further, guys? How we can help you further? By putting what content? Okay. So where we can get projects? If you're joining an institute, for sure they're gonna give you projects, right? Like during the training, we train on a project, right? We give the project, and even in the internship there is a project. But independently, if you want and study, let me do something for that. That can I give you and study? Okay. So sir, yes, sir. Can internship or projects is not accessed through on effort? Yes, Dia. Something can be done. Like I can avail you projects at some reasonable cost. It will be complete study. Okay, if you like, do you think, guys, that there should be study data should be available with each of the documents which you can access and make yourself ready like 1 year guy? If you want a complete study, if you are giving you an entire study access, an old study, so what do you think, how much should be the cost? Yes, sir, we want this because BTech, if there are many resources available, entirely free. For BTech, it is there many resources. Okay, so you mean to say means it should be for free mostly. Okay, I can discuss with the team. Are there assignments where my code reviewed, not just final output? See, it happens. Let's suppose a topic is given to you, Minakshi. Okay, not a topic is given. Let's suppose we have completed a topic, conditional statement. Let's pick it. In the conditional statement, if there were otherwise, else, first dot, last dot, missing, not missing, all those things gonna come. So based on the topic, a set of questions will be given to you. Now what the trainer gonna do, he gonna do a random check in the live session on your codes and output. And if things are correct, then fine. If he found something is wrong in the output as well, in the code as well, so he's gonna correct you. So it happens in this manner. And so you asked a very valid question: is only output got reviewed or code as well? So no, code as well and output as well, both the things gonna get reviewed. Yes, sir. But for the clinical domain, like us, difficult to get hired for like PV, CDM, etc. Only tier 1 series. No, Diya, it's not like that. See, if you just go and check this YouTube, my background is mechanical. I have trained to many students who are from totally different background. And being a mechanical, I have worked on this in this industry. Obviously, it was not easy for me. And many students I have trained, they was from totally different background. Because I was from different background, I allowed those people. So if you think being an eligible candidate, it is difficult for you, what will be the scenario for me and other people, right? So obviously it's someone you who need to believe first and learn in a better way and try your best. Obviously I believe, yeah, like I tried a lot of things in life. I was not knowing where I'm gonna be, but whatever I felt okay I should do it, I did it. And I believe the same with you guys. If you believe there is an injustice to you, I believe being an individual, seeing my journey, what I found, the injustice is only till the time you didn't raise your bars level. Once you raised your bars, once you have certain level of knowledge, your command over everything increases and your chances become higher. Like, if not that thing, something else, for sure you're gonna get bigger in your life. But if you lose the hope just because of some people are getting and some are not getting, so how can you justify yourself like comparing with other people? You should never, compare yourself with others. You just make yourself better. You should be better on whatever you're doing. So is it possible that you don't get interview calls at all for 3-4 months? Yes. When I started my journey initially, guys, I didn't got interviews. And the interviews which I got rejected. It took me around 1.2 total from learning to getting job, 1.2 years. So that's what I tell to student. Like, when I have started my own journey, it took me 1.2. How I can tell you in the 2026 it will happen suddenly? But my suggestion is, make yourself ready with the best knowledge, like roles like clinical SAS or whatever that is like the highest paying or the highest level of knowledge. Train yourself with that and start working on some roles after the getting the knowledge for highest level of roles. And don't sit empty and keep applying for the best jobs. And once you get the interview, because already you have the knowledge, once you get the interview, switch it to the good jobs. Leave the one which you are doing currently just for name's sake. Ashish, that's totally fine. It happens with a lot of people. I told you, now, even my own journey. Recently, what happened for two of the people, initial 4 months they didn't got interview. Now suddenly one guy got 2 interviews. And in the one of the interview he was not ready. He got failed in the screening itself. Then he made himself ready because he got some time for the second interview. So you never know, like all of a sudden when you can start getting interviews. If you are actively reaching out to people, maybe some people you have reached out in the past on LinkedIn or somewhere, and they might connect you suddenly for the interview. So this happens. Okay. So guys, I think I have taken most of your doubts. And if you have any more questions, you can ask me right now, or else we can wind up this live doubt discussion now itself. Okay. Meenakshi, will I have access to recordings or materials after the course? You can access our course up to 1 year. From the day you're starting the training, you can access up to 1 year. And even after that, mostly within 1 year, you learn everything, whatever you wanted to learn. But even after 1 year, you want to extend few months, you can connect to us and we can do it. No worries in that, Meenakshi. Okay. So guys, that's all for today. And today is Sunday. Hope you have enjoyed your day. To be frank, my day went like anything. I felt like I should do a lot of things, but I was able to do only less number of things. And but at the end of the day, I felt I should do the live Q&A and share few things. So I got connected to you, and I felt this thing was like making me very much happy. So yeah. So that's all, guys. Let's meet in the next live Q&A, and most probably we'll connect on weekends, Saturday or Sunday. That's all for today, guys. Thank you, everyone, and bye-bye, everyone.